headed out by 𝐒𝐿_𝐺𝐸, who's not really put a foot wrong. He's had a decent, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes since coming on. Of course, it doesn't matter. He's leaving anyway, so, it doesn't matter. But I want a clean sheet for Ederson's sake. Here's Fernandinho bringing the ball down. Sergio Aguero playing defensive midfield again. Switching field to play Fulham. Cut out by 𝐏𝐸𝐭 Cancelo and kicks it out for a throw-in on the near touchline to Fulham. Great interception from 𝐏𝐸𝐭 Cancelo. 50 seconds of added time left to play. City just holding the line now. Fulham having a bit of possession in the final stages. Ball kicked out by Fulham all the way for a goal kick to City. So 30 seconds left to play. We should now keep this clean sheet. And I'm going to wrap this up very shortly with some of the best words I think I could say at the end of a Saturday night against a game against a high-rising Fulham at the moment. Scott Parker and Pep Guardiola staring each other down. Pep Guardiola obviously with a big smile on his face. It's a massive win for him tonight. Massive game win tonight. Southampton and Fulham were easily bigger games than United in some of our eyes. And they've pulled off trumps tonight. They were very poor in the first half and came out all guns blazing in the second and quite rightly got it. And the referee has blown his full-time whistle. City win 3-0. John Stones, who is my personal man of the match. Gabriel Jesus pouncing on poor possession play and poor clearance by Fulham and a mistake, taking it around the goalkeeper and smashing it into the back of the net for 2. Sergio Aguero scores for the first time since I think October or September, one of the two. It scores on the spot as the Ferran Torres was brought down the penalty box. City win. 3 players in Benjamin Mendy, Sergio Aguero, and Ferran Torres, who rarely get game time. Full 90 minutes for them. City 3, clean sheet, no injuries, rotation, 17 points clear at the top of the table. Get in, Blues. Get in. That's what we need.
I would see, and now unbeaten in the last 16 consecutive away matches in all competitions. Winning 14, 2 draws. Absolutely fantastic. How good was that? That felt nice, didn't it, after the first half?
The first half almost made me pull my hair out. And I've got very little of it, but it almost made me pull my hair out. It was dire straits. It was so poor. I've never seen a City performance like it.
Yeah,
and then the second half was just... The first 15 minutes, second half was outstanding. Pressure, pace, pouncing on it, on any mistakes they made. There's still some frustrations even after the full 90 minutes for me. Sergio Aguero, everyone banging on about he needs to be in the team because we're lacking goals. He played more defensively tonight than attacking. All the way through this game, I said I don't understand the point of Aguero being in this team tonight. But at the end of the day, I've got to look at the bigger picture. Clean sheet, 3 goals.
Absolutely.
We scored with Aguero getting on the score sheet from a penalty as well. So it's another big positive as well. 17 points clear at the top of the table. Rotation kicking in. We've got some players, key players rested for the game against Gladbach on Tuesday. Happy Saturday days.
Absolutely. And listen, this was looking difficult at half time. Fulham, I think, really frustrated us and did really well defensively. The camera angle knocked me a bit sick. I don't know about you, watching that camera angle reminded me of going around to my mates' house and playing FIFA when they do those stupid angles instead of doing it from above. But hey, that's neither here nor there.
You can say who's going bald at the early age. But
no, I thought they defended really well. But it was just a moment of madness from their behalf, and a silly lapse of concentration and defensive error led to our goal. John Stones is reborn, revitalised. He is the second coming. He is the messiah of defensive life. His home life being sorted now has made him a new man, and all the better for it. And Torres, what's your making of Torres tonight? I've got a few players to talk about tonight, but did you notice tonight that City didn't have any real counter-attacks? This was interesting to me. I saw 1 or 2 opportunities where Torres and who was it else? I think it was Bernardo could have run with the ball on a counter, and they pulled it back. It was almost as if Pep was pulling the reins on him, just saying, "Listen, we're not going to win the game that way. We're not going to win the game that way." And lo and behold, 3-0. Absolutely fantastic.
Torres is. I was really happy when we signed Torres because I know the potential's there. I've seen what he was doing in Spain. He's a really talented lad. Any player that comes from a foreign league is going to struggle in the Premier League in the first year or so. Every foreign player does because the Premier League, out and out, the toughest league in the world. It is. No, but nobody can argue with that. You see players that are Timo Werner for Chelsea, banging them in the Bundesliga, comes to Chelsea, hardly scoring a goal. Kai Havertz for them as well. One of the best young prospects out there, having a worldie at 𝐒𝐴𝐿𝐴, comes to the Premier League, struggles. We see it throughout many different clubs who bring in foreign players, and Ferran Torres is another one. However, tonight he was a 50-50 performance. He was doing everything right in terms of positioning. His positioning was phenomenal tonight, Ferran Torres. His runs were brilliant. The only thing that let him down was what he did with the ball, which is, for a footballer, the worst thing you can have in your locker. He couldn't control the ball. When he was running with the ball, when it came to the actual clutch, the final bit, the shot, the attempting to do something with it, nothing happened. He had one shot all game, straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. That was in the first half, where I think we had 3 shots on target, all down the same position with the goalkeeper. And then in the first half as well, he was in a really good position. He made an attacking run. All he had to do, he brought the ball down well. All he had to do was just hold it up, bring it out to the right, and he had 𝐒𝐴𝐸 running behind. He just needed to slot him in, and 𝐒𝐴𝐸 would have been through on goal. Instead, he brought it down. Little push from, I think, 𝐒𝐸𝐶, and he went down trying to get a free kick, and the referee said, no free kick. Let's get up. You went down too easy, and he did. It was a push, but breath of fresh air push. For me, keep doing what he's doing, but be better on the ball, and we've got a world beater there.
Yeah,
hands down.
I think his positioning, he could be. I've spoke wax lyrical about him. I think he could be really good with us 2 years to come. Here's another little stat for you. City have won the last 7 meetings against Fulham in all competitions by an aggregate score of 21 goals to 0. This is now our joint longest ever run of wins against a single opponent without conceding a goal. Wow, that is domination against Fulham. And I tell you, I thought I can see what Fulham are doing. Should they have been the bottom 3? I don't really know, but yeah, they're there for a reason, I suppose. And it's a similar one to the West Ham game and the West Ham situation. This where the formation threw me a bit, and the players' positions threw me a little bit as well. But you know, at the end of the day, we can't complain too much. We've just won 3-0 and John Stones was great. Fantastic to see 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐸 on the score sheet. And a cracking little finish by 𝐒𝐴𝐸. I thought he was going to spoon that over the bar. What do I know?
Well composed. And that's what I was saying throughout the game. That's what Aguero needed to be in. That position, ready to pounce on the mistakes. The pressure was there in the second half, but wasn't there in the first half. And 𝐒𝐴𝐸 was doing what Aguero should be doing. In that position, forcing the pressure and forcing the mistakes, and then getting in and what a finish, it has to be said. It wasn't, as soon as the ball was given away by Fulham, it wasn't just find the back of the net, easy done. He worked so hard, take on the goalkeeper, and he still had 𝐒𝐸𝐶 to beat, who was getting in the way of it. He still smashed it into the back of the net. So full credit to 𝐒𝐴𝐸. And for me, he had a really good game tonight, 𝐒𝐴𝐸. There was very little he did wrong. He was the most attacking player throughout the game, the full 90 minutes. He just didn't have the support there for me. I think Ferran was just a bit too quiet. Aguero was non-existent for me. The fullbacks, Cancelo and Mendy, just weren't offering as much. Bernardo Silva was quiet. So 𝐒𝐴𝐸 tonight did a lot for me that was right. And he deserves a lot of plaudits tonight. But another player I want to give a shout out tonight, which you mentioned in the previous game, had a poor game, Laporte. I thought Laporte had a banging game tonight. First 20 minutes was a bit shaky, a bit lackluster. But after that, he was solid. He was winning balls, getting in positions. There was a couple of key positions in that second half when Fulham were in the penalty box, and he cut out the possession and cut out the attacks of Fulham and won back the ball for City. I thought he was solid tonight. But yeah, not taking anything away from John Stones, man of the match easily.
John Stones did so well tonight. I'm really proud of him, and I'm really happy with how he's coming on. And again, he's another one. contender for player of the season for us. It's so hard.
Oh, he's tipping it for me now.
We've got Mahrez, we've got Stones, we've got Diaz. This is going to be tough. Bernardo did well tonight, I thought. Bernardo on the ball is brilliant, isn't he? You can see why they call him Bubblegum. The ball just sticks to his feet. He's so good. And if anything, my only criticism of this guy that I love is I wish he'd do more runs. Do you know what? One day we're going to sit back and we're going to watch him tear a team to shreds like 𝐒𝐚𝐥𝐸 did against Southampton a couple of years ago at Main Road and score a worldie of a goal. And I just wanted to see him try that 1 or 2 times during a game because he could do it. I'm absolutely confident he could do it.
Well, we started, didn't we? That second half run on the right hand side.
Yeah, absolutely. It's brilliant.
I can't remember who he laid it off to, but yeah, he's got it. Do you reckon is it a lack of confidence or is it just form?
I think it's instruction. I think it's instruction from Pep. I don't think he's got that much freedom to be able to do that. I think Pep makes him play in a certain area when he's in a certain area of the pitch, and that's pretty much it. Absolutely bonkers. I just can't get me right. 17 points clear, mate. Should have been 20, but hey, who are we to argue?
Hey, I've said right at the beginning of this game, if we were 17 points clear by the end of tonight, league's done for me. I don't care if it's mathematically still not wrapped up. United have now got to win twice to be level on games and bring it back to 11. The pressure is massively on them. Now, I think that's our last league game until after the international break now, isn't it? We've got the Champions League game, then Everton in the FA Cup, and then the international break. So that is a massive layoff for a lot of key players in terms of the league.
Yeah.
So now we're
rest time
on knockout football now.
Yeah, absolutely. So City have registered the first clean sheet in the last 5 matches, ending their longest wait for a clean sheet since January 2020. So it's a huge statistic that for us. So I absolutely love that. I'm really looking forward to this international break. Not for watching the internationals, but hopefully our players having a bit of a chill and a bit of a relax with the final push on now to the end of the season. So the final stats for the game itself. Possession-wise, City had 55%, Fulham 45%. City had 8 shots, Fulham had 3. These are total shots. Shots on target, Fulham had none, City had 7. Fulham had 4 corners to City's 2. And big chances, we had 4 to Fulham's 1. I thought Fulham did all right tonight. I thought they got behind us really well.
Did you say Fulham had no shots on target?
No shots on target, according to the stats I'm looking at right now.
Wow.
Can you remember
I thought they had a couple of shots. I must be mistaken, but wow, that goes against the run of play from what I see. I was really... The scoreline flatters us. I have to admit, the scoreline flatters us. Fulham, for saying they're third from bottom, they had a decent game tonight. They took the game to City. At the end, we have the players compared to them. Not taking anything away from them, but we've got the better players outright.
Yeah.
But they gave us a game. And for me, personally, right now it's between them, Brighton and Newcastle. Happily have either Brighton or Newcastle go down. Well, personally, I prefer Newcastle go down, partly because half my family are Geordies, but they don't play football. But Fulham, they're one of them teams where I'm happy because we beat them on an aggregate scoreline in 7 games, 21-0. But they're one of them teams that play football. And it's very rare that a team that low in the bottom of the table play football. And I love to see what Scott Parker's doing to him, and I hope they do stay up.
Yeah, Scott Parker's doing well for him, isn't he?
Yeah.
Obviously, I always want them to lose towards. That's an absolute no-brainer. I'm quite glad he brought Diaz off today, even though it was only 20 minutes to go. I think it does count. I think the Champions League game next week is huge for City. I think it'll take something drastically wrong for us not to go through, but I think resting players at this stage is... I have no issue with doing that. Do you? Do you have any issue with
what? Sorry, say that again.
Resting Diaz for the last 20 minutes and taking him off for the Champions League game?
Well, if I'm being perfectly honest, I would rest him for the Champions League game the way he played tonight. I was not impressed by him at all tonight, and I wasn't really impressed by him against Southampton. His form was just knife-edged for me.
Diaz?
Yeah.
We're talking about the same Diaz, aren't we?
Ruben Diaz, yes, I sent about the one that I was hoping to, yeah, anyway. Tonight he was just... He was just so sloppy. giving the ball away. Yeah, he won the ball a couple of times, but compared to John Stones and Laporte, he was really poor in my eyes. He gave the ball away, I think, more times than any other player on the pitch tonight.
I need to rewatch that. I think I must have John Stones tinted glasses because I was only watching him defensively, obviously. From that point of view, I didn't think he had too much of a bad game. But hey, listen, I'm there to be I'm there to rewatch it. What do you think of 𝐶𝐚𝐦𝐿's game tonight?
It's another one of them. He had snippets of brilliance. The last 10 minutes, he was brilliant. He was cutting out play and just clearing the ball well. But not only that, winning it and doing something with it as well. Previous 80 minutes, for me, he was poor. He was almost non-existent in some places. He just couldn't do anything right if he was paid to do it. Well, he is paid to do it. You know what I mean? He couldn't really do much right tonight. But in terms of him just being quiet, I don't think he was poor. He was just quiet to his usual standards, and I suppose that was due to come. He's been phenomenal this season as 𝐶𝐚𝐿, but yeah, tonight wasn't one of his best performances.
Got a interview here from John Stones, speaking to Sky Sports after the game. Really difficult. Give lots of credit to Fulham. The way they play their football doesn't reflect of where they are in the table. It was really hard to find space in behind, and we were trying everything. Second half, we corrected a few things, and it's great to get 3 points and a clean sheet. We've all played so many times and so many games, and the squad is rotated because of the schedule, whatever the manager decides. Everyone who came today deserved every little bit of credit that they got and for the way they played. We stayed patient, which is difficult at moments like this. On talking about his goal, we knew they'd keep a high line from set pieces, so I just tried to time my runs as best I could, and it paid off. On a possibility of an England call-up, yeah, definitely, it's a massive honour for me, and being out there in recent squads, being out of the recent squads recently has been difficult for me. It's been a motivation for me, and I've worked hard to get back into the team, and here's to the England call-up, if it comes. It's progress. It's because of the progress I've done for City. Yeah, he deserves to be well and truly called up by Gareth Southgate. If he's not called up by Gareth Southgate, something extremely wrong.
Are the qualifiers or the friendlies?
I'm not sure, pal, to be honest. I don't really follow international football that well.
Because right now, out of all English defenders, right back, left back, Luke Shaw close to him. I know he's a rag, but he is playing well. I have to admit that. John Stones is out and out our best English centre back in the country at the moment, hands down. The form of the lad is. You almost have to
left back, wouldn't you? You put Luke Shaw left back, wouldn't you? He's played well there this season for United.
That's what I say.
Would you not put Luke Shaw left back?
No, that's what I mean. Over in terms of the whole defensive line, right back, centre back, left back for England.
Yeah.
Luke Shaw's close to form, but John Stones is above everybody else in terms of his position, and he should be first name in that defensive lineup for me.
Yeah, he's done brilliant, hasn't
he? He's just you like I say, you have to do a double take to actually think. Hang on, is this the same John Stones? Because we knew when we signed him. Was it 5 years ago now? He had so much promise as a 21-year-old. You could see it in snippets, and especially in the first season or the little games he was in. Then obviously he had that drop off, and we all thought he was done. I said if he was going out, I'd rather him just go out on loan. I still think he could be a part of a player. I don't think anybody in the right mind who understands football and has followed football for 40, 50, 60 years could even bet money that John Stones will be having the season he is now, off the back of the past 2 years. Nobody would have seen it, and everybody who says they saw it coming, talking utter. Yeah. But full credit to him; he deserves every applaud. He's been brilliant.
Talk about another goal scorer. What's your thoughts on 𝐒𝐸𝐶 tonight? I thought he had a solid game. He's had a lot of haters recently on the socials, but I thought he had a solid game tonight.
Sorry.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐸𝐶. Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Solid performer. He wasn't the best player on the pitch tonight, but it's like I said, John Stones. But in terms of the full 90 minutes, the most consistent player, hands down him. I've got some stats for him here to back that up, mate. You're spot on. 100% shot conversion, 55 touches, 7 take-ons completed,
4 ball recoveries, 3 fouls, 1, 2 interceptions, 1 shot, 1 goal. Yeah, that's just clinical. I think he's had a really good game there. Do you think him and Sergio playing together could be something that we see more often?
There was a stat just before the game. I think it's 9 games prior to this game that they played each other in, and they average 2 goals a game. And they've just added to that average 10 game. I think it's about 10 games now, and they still average 2 goals a game.
Crikey.
So, but the thing is, Sergio Aguero got lucky tonight with the penalty. City didn't get lucky with the penalty. We quite rightly won the penalty, but if we didn't have the penalty, I don't think Sergio Aguero would have scored tonight. Really don't. He was so poor. Really, really poor. I know a lot of people throw out he's hardly been in the team and he's still trying to find match fitness. He didn't deserve to score tonight. He was in no position to score. I've just seen on BT, I've got it on mute on the BT in the background. They're just showing replays of his positioning. We had a free kick whipped in, and every player was running forward. Bar Sergio, he wasn't looking at the ball. He was trotting backwards. All night, I could see it. When we were running forward, you've got Ferran Torres, you've got Jesus, you've got Bernardo Silva driving forward, and Aguero's just sort of backing off. And you know exactly what he's doing. He's waiting for the header of the rebound to fall back to him outside the penalty shot, out the penalty box to have a shot. That's not what we need from him. We need him to be in the box, in that box, ready for the ball that we've been playing so much recently across the face of goal. No one's there to tap it in. That's where Aguero needs to be. And tonight, the only reason he scored was only because of the penalty. If we didn't have the penalty, he would not score.
I think you're being a bit harsh to him there. I think, yeah, I agree with you about his ability to score. I agree with you there to a large extent. I don't think he is ever in an out-and-out goal-scoring opportunity. If anything, he had a potential one-on-one, didn't he? And he got muscled off the ball, which didn't look very much like him. But it's yeah, I think he needs to get back up to fitness. I think today's a good game. I think that confidence that he's got, that goal is going to do him a massive amount of confidence, and it can only be a good thing for us, that, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, well, I might be a bit harsh on him, but you know me, I'm harsh on everybody. But he just could have done so much better with his positioning tonight, and I think he knows it. But at the end of the day, I can't really question it to 100% because I don't know if that's what Guardiola's told him to do. Don't make the runs in case you aggravate your knee or anything like that. That's what Pep Guardiola might have said to him, and maybe say just hold back and wait on the edge of the box and have a shot. But I honestly would put money on it. If we didn't have the penalty tonight, he wouldn't have scored. I would put my mortgage on it. I always say it. I put my mortgage on it. But I don't have a mortgage, but I can't put it on it. But I guarantee he would not have scored if it weren't for the penalty.
I suppose it's a bit of a mute point because we did get one and he did score. So I suppose it's one of them really. That it's
irrelevant. My point.
Yeah. It's from that point of view. But I think he needs that goal. He needs the confidence and a scoring Sergio. I'd take penalties off him all day, every day. I think it's fantastic for us to see him score again. I'm just looking at the league table here. The game's not won until it's won, and it's not like, and all the rest of it. It's all we're not won the league until it's mathematically impossible for somebody else to win it. City have got 71 points, and United have got 54.
And we could end the season if we win our rest games with 96. We could still win 96 points. That's the really
let's
thing.
Just remind ourselves. United and Leicester have both got 28. They've got 2 games in hand on us, but they have to win those 2 games in hand.
And we still have to lose 4 on top of that.
Bloody hell!
I don't see it. I think it's. I said if we got 17 points clear after these 2 games that we got over them, we've won the league. Even without mathematics coming into it, we've won it because there's no way bringing it back. If we lose the title this season from the position we are now, Pep should go hands down. I don't care what he's won in the past. If we lose the title, being 17 points clear, playing 2 games more, granted. If we lose the title, 17 points clear, he doesn't deserve to manage the club.
Crikey!
Unless he wins the Champions League, then we'll all be kissing his.
I'm just.
Yeah.
This is not something. This is not often one thing that will be on my search. A lot of things will be on my search history on my computer, but this is one thing that's not often on there. Manchester United fixtures. So we got West Ham.
Burn your laptop. Burn it.
They've got West Ham, Brighton, Spurs, Burnley, Leeds, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Leicester, Fulham, and Wolves. There's some tough games there. There's some tough games there.
And I bet you anything Fulham get a result against them.
We'll
have the league run back.
You won't put it past it. Burnley got a result against Everton today, which surprised me. You know, there's some tough games there. And City have got some tough games as well, granted. But I don't know. I don't know.
It's a weird season because last season and the season before, you could look at the teams throughout the season and say they're most likely going to win it. And you'd be 9 times out of 10 right. This season, anyone can win. Who would have thought Leeds? I think Leeds are the third highest goal scorers in the league, and yet they've got one of the worst goal differences. It's mad.
Right. Is that right? That's
mad.
Bonkers.
And it's this season is just bonkers. I'm sick of. I do want to shout out though. I'm sick of the people banging on about this season. City won't be where they are now if the league was normal. Hang on.
Same for everyone, isn't it?
Exactly. They're on about because players are going out injured left, right, and centre, so no teams at full capacity. The fans aren't in the stadiums or anything like that. Hang on. We had, an extra week? What's a week in compared to a year on everyone else? I think United had the same amount of time off as we did. We play similar, if not more, games than most teams in the league. We're out and out because we rotate our squad rather than what the Dippers do and keep the same squad, and now they're burnt out, hence the reason they are where they are. I don't understand the logic behind it. The teams are what they are. It's their fault they're cocking up. We're playing well. Bar the Derby game, we're playing well because we know how to play. We're not changing it. We're not throwing spanners in the work. And the things about fans, not just Liverpool now. Some fans are coming at Spurs. The Spurs fan came out, I think it was on TalkSport or something like that, blaming the backdrop like the other fan did about Liverpool. Saying because apparently the sheets over the seats matches the players' shirts. It was hard for them to spot each other. Stop talking rubbish. You're just poor.
Do you remember?
Get over it.
Do you remember? You might not remember this. Do you remember United changing the shirts at half time from those grey ones to be blended into the background? Honestly, that was brilliant. That was hilarious. Right, I'm looking at the fixtures for tomorrow because obviously I don't really follow other teams other than City unless it's like the title running. I want to see who everyone else has got. Leicester play Sheffield United. Sheffield United have just confirmed they've got rid of Chris Wilder, so that could go one way or the other for me. Sheffield United players could go, do you know what? Fuck it. Excuse me, French. We're going to lose. Sod it. Or they could think, right, actually, come on, we're getting on this. We're going to absolutely smash it. That could go one way or the other. United have got West Ham. That's a really tough game for United.
Away or at home?
At home at Old Trafford. That's a tough game. That's a 7:15 kickoff. You know what? I might watch that. And then Arsenal have got Spurs and Southampton have got Brighton. And Wolves have got Liverpool. There's some really good games tomorrow, actually. And Wolves against Liverpool will be a good match as well. But
better than a Super Sunday of Burnley versus Crystal Palace and Brighton versus Newcastle Super Sunday.
Super! Yeah, and Leicester versus Sheffield, that'll be a good game. And United versus West Ham, there's 2 tough games there for them too. There's 2 tough games.
I'm not worried about Leicester. Some people are banging on about Leicester can still catch City. Too inconsistent this season. You know, 1 minute they're losing to Leeds, next minute they're winning the next game, and then I think they lost the previous game. I can't remember who it was. They're not a worry for me. Yes, they're level on points with United and the same amount of games, so theoretically they can still match United and win the league. Not worried about them. United, I still worry slightly to get close to us.
I have nightmares about United.
Nah. We've won it. We've won it.
Are you boarding that train already? Oh,
I'm not a dipper. I'm not a dipper. I am not getting champions put on the back of my shirt until it's mathematically proven. But I will go on record now. Personally, I believe we've won the title.
Oh my
I will not get champions put on my shirt anytime.
City, I'm looking at the math. City need 14 points from 8 games. Okay. It's 5 wins. 3, 6, 9, 10. 5 wins.
We're not going to do it, are we?
We need 14 points from 8 games.
And we're 17 clear as it stands.
Yeah. This is
bonkers. We've won it. We've won it.
Oh, Pep Guardiola on the performance. Great performance with a team so physical and good ideas, but we're brilliant in build-up. The beginning of the second half was so important, an important victory for us. 8 games left. We are closer. We are closer. Yes, we are.
But that's the... Right now, it's the perfect time to be 17 points clear. Because like I said, we've got the international break and the cup games now. Now it's just 2 cup finals, like you always call them. Cup finals right now. Everton, Gladbach. Get them done. Have a break. Hopefully, these players are risking to go into quarantine so then they don't go on international break. That's what Pep said. If there is a risk that they have to quarantine when coming back, they're not going. So fingers crossed all of them have to quarantine. Hang on, there will be some pleb that says, hang on, why do you want them to be quarantined? Then they won't go. Right. You can tell I've been drinking tonight, can't you? I've lost my train of thought. Either way, let's hope they don't go.
It's all gone wrong.
The reason I don't drink.
It's all gone wrong.
I've remembered. It means now that we have a break and we've rotated a couple of players. We've got all our key players ready for these 2 knockout rounds now. Push further into them. Have a break. Come back all guns and blaze it. Guns and blaze. You know what I mean.
Yeah, guns and blazing.
Win the league. And then concentrate on the Champions League, in which I'm getting tattooed next week. And then we can just peter out this season. When's the League Cup final? 2 weeks. That's the point. We might have an extended break.
25th of April.
Oh, right. Oh.
Yeah, it's a while off yet. Yeah, so before that, we've got to play Gladbach, Everton in the quarter, Leicester, Leeds, Aston Villa.
Oh, we still play Leicester.
Still got to play Leicester. Leicester's our next league game. 3rd of April, 3 o'clock kickoff. Well, I think that'll get moved actually. It won't be a 3 o'clock kickoff, that will it? That'll get moved for TV, I'm sure of that. But yeah, Leicester's our next league game, which is a massive game. Bloody hell! Every game's a massive game, but that's huge.
It's a cup final.
It's a cup final. It's not over yet. I'm getting that printed on T-shirt. It's not over.
Oh dear me.
Oh, love it. Right, absolutely love it. Let's go. Love it and leave it.
Absolutely.
Brilliant commentary as always, Dan. Loved it. Every minute of it.
A bit drunk tonight, but you know,
you get drunk as much as you like, pal.
It's a win. I'm allowed to be. Hell, I'm locked up in a bedroom. Why not?
Don't see any handcuffs.
Hey?
Don't see any handcuffs. Sorry, bad joke.
Bad time to bring that up in the bedroom.
Right, on that note, we're going. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thanks for the commentary, Dan. We'll be back on Monday night for the Monday night show, funnily enough. And we're going to talk more about this beautiful game we call football. Love you lot. See you soon.
Absolutely. Take care, everyone, and thanks for joining.